This is genuinely surprising. The entire Shiba Inu community was recently taken aback by Coinbase. Approximately 174 billion Shiba Inu are under investigation. Whales are currently experiencing an unprecedented surge in activity. Analysts are dropping their signals. Is Satoshi Kusama responsible for all of this? Alternatively, is this an entirely different matter? Well, allow me to elaborate. Welcome to Dr. Crypto, your daily serving of Shiba. This is the spot for you if you're curious about anything related to Shiba. If you want to keep informed about all the latest news forecasts and stay ahead of the crypto industry, subscribe. To get more SHIB news, be sure to click the like button. Shiba Inu has experienced a bit of a roller coaster today. The price has been fluctuating wildly, with volatility reaching some of the highest points in recent memory. However, there is some positive news. The situation is beginning to improve. Investors are gradually regaining confidence and are resuming their trades as the price is gradually recovering. In reality, the situation is not that terrible when you zoom out and examine the larger picture. Shiba Inu continues to preserve some of its growth, which is a positive indicator in light of the market's volatility. Some individuals are experiencing the pressure and are closely monitoring every action, while others view it as an opportunity to acquire additional items while the cost is still low. A combination of anxiety, exhilaration, and optimism is present. However, one thing is certain. Today, Shiba Inu is causing a stir among all individuals. However, I am aware that appears to be an absurdity. However, allow me to elaborate. Today, an even more extraordinary event transpired. Coinbase has been transacting an immense volume of Shiba Inu without any apparent rationale. What is the significance of this? Well, I will elucidate the entire process later in the video, so be sure to see it through to the end. However, before we proceed, we should discuss the most recent achievement of the Shiba Inu, since this is a substantial affair. In a tweet, an analyst observed that Shiba Inu has amassed over 1.5 million pocket holders, and that does not even include centralized exchanges. This implies that the Shiba army is not merely robust. It is the most densely populated and expansive society in the entire cryptosphere, and that type of assistance, it is potent. Shiba Inu continues to attract an increasing number of holders, believers, and participants, despite the market's fluctuations. This explains why, despite the fluctuation, this token is not on the rise. Big things can occur when a community unites in this manner. And now, everything is comprehensible, as we discussed in yesterday's video. Investor interest in Shiba Inu has been rapidly increasing, as evidenced by the substantial increase in large transaction volume. The whales, who are major players, are making moves, as we are discussing a significant increase over double. This type of activity is significant because it typically indicates confidence from high net worth investors. When combined with robust technical momentum, it may be precisely what Shiba Inu requires to advance toward a genuine recovery. Therefore, it is evident why the situation has been escalating in retrospect. It is conceivable that we are witnessing the initial indications of a more significant event amid all of this activity. Shiba Inu's price could experience a substantial increase if the momentum persists and additional investors participate. In fact, it is currently commencing, due to an incident that occurred with Coinbase that caused a complete shock to the Shiba Inu society. During the past few days, Coinbase has experienced an unbelievable withdrawal. Its hot wallet was evacuated of more than 174 billion Shiba Inu tokens. It is not an everyday occurrence, but this is where the situation becomes truly peculiar. The tokens were transferred to a wallet that was entirely inactive, and vacant address that unexpectedly received substantial quantities of Shiba Inu in 3 different transfers, with no history or prior transactions. Is the final and largest one. That occurred less than 1 day ago. Additionally, this is the case. Yesterday, Satoshi Kusama came back with an enigmatic message that captivated the attention of all. He refrained from discussing his absence in detail. Rather, he presented an unexpected insight, an astrological analysis that suggested a significant transformation, a change in destiny, and a trajectory that was always intended to manifest. it was not solely about him. It was about a more significant, unavoidable matter. Now assemble these components: an abrupt, inexplicable movement of billions of coins, an enigmatic message regarding fate and transformation. And what about the timing? It is nearly flawless. Is there a significant development in the works for the Shiba Inu? Is this the instant when everything changes? If so, the potential is boundless. It has the potential to revolutionize the price of Shiba Inu, propelling it to heights that were previously unimaginable. It is possible that the $1 fantasy is not as improbable as it seems. However, it is certain that a significant event is imminent, and we are about to ascertain the precise implications for Shiba Inu. Additionally, this is the most thrilling aspect. A bold prediction was recently made by an analyst. He believes that investing a few $100s in Shiba Inu today could result in substantial profits by May. Shiba Inu has been experiencing phenomenal growth recently, surpassing Bitcoin in the past day. This type of progress has analysts anticipating a significant breakout, which could potentially increase its value by a factor of several. They are indicating the presence of significant technical patterns, such as a cup and handle formation and a breakout from a descending channel, which indicate that a significant rally may be imminent. Shiba Inu may be on the brink of one of its most significant streaks yet, if it continues to persist in the face of adversity. Additionally, the excitement does not conclude there. Shiba Inu is currently on the brink of yet another significant milestone as a result of its ongoing growth and increasing popularity. Shibarium, the Layer 2 blockchain of Shiba Inu, is approaching a significant milestone, a total of 1 billion transactions. That is accurate. The Shibarium scan indicates that the system has already processed more than 992 million transactions, with only a few million more to go before it reaches the remarkable 1 billion mark. This is not merely a numerical value. It is evidence of genuine, unstoppable action within the ecosystem. However, there is an additional perspective to this narrative. One analyst has suggested that we should maintain an even more vigilant approach to the Shiba Inu, as it is currently at a critical juncture. There are those who are cautioning that Shiba Inu may experience a significant decline if the bearish trend persists, which would result in a significant portion of its holders falling further into debt. Investors who are currently experiencing losses possess a substantial portion of the Shiba Inu supply. If prices continue to decline, it could result in an increased number of tokens being classified as out of the money, which would suggest that the path ahead is difficult. Certainly, that appears to be a cause for concern on paper. However, the issue is as follows. This type of configuration is precisely what generates substantial rebound rates. It has been observed previously in the context of cryptocurrency. The most significant reversals frequently occur when sentiment achieves extreme lows and fear is at its highest. This could be the precise moment when things turn around given the recent events, the potential for Shiba Inu to break through significant resistance, and the absurd Coinbase transactions and enormous whale movements. Consider the matter. Would we observe significant investors transferring billions of tokens if Shiba Inu were genuinely at risk of collapsing? Would we be witnessing technical patterns that indicate breakout potential? Would Satoshi Kusama be conveying cryptic messages regarding fate and transformation? This is not solely about the cost. It pertains to positioning. Real opportunities are created during these periods of elevated anxiety, according to those who comprehend the market. The next action could be catastrophic if Shiba Inu maintains its strength and continues to accumulate momentum. Additionally, those who are closely monitoring the situation are already making preparations for the forthcoming events. Additionally, it is evident when considering the long term. No need to be alarmed regarding the cost of Shiba Inu. In reality, the broader perspective is beginning to become increasingly comprehensible. The Shiba ecosystem is in dire need of its own bull season, as Lucy, the chief marketer for Shiba Inu, recently noted in her tweet. Additionally, she is correct. Despite the fluctuations in the market, Shiba Inu has continued to construct, expand, and advance. The ecosystem is not in a state of stagnation. It is advancing, becoming more robust, and preparing for its next significant transition. We have already observed significant indications of this. Whale activity is increasing. One of the most enigmatic withdrawals that Coinbase has ever experienced occurred recently. The analysts are divided, with some advocating for a significant breakout and others cautioning against a collapse. However, in the realm of cryptocurrency, this type of uncertainty frequently serves as an ideal foundation for a significant event. While the price of Shiba Inu may be uncertain in the short term, it is evident that its community, ecosystem, and vision remain unaltered. The Shiba army is steadfast, and when the market eventually turns in its favor and the appropriate conditions align, the Shiba Inu could be prepared for its own bull season. The sole inquiry is, will you be prepared for the event? However, what is your perspective on this matter? Comment in the space provided below. The day is over now. Remember to give it a big thumbs up. To see our most recent material, share it and subscribe to the channel.